Andrew, Duke of York, has been dragged into the New York trial of Ghislaine Maxwell, who is accused of recruiting and grooming 4 underage girls for Jeffrey Epstein. As jurors heard, he was one of a number of high-profile figures to fly on the aircraft of the disgraced financier. The trial started at around 8:30 a.m. local time, 1:30 p.m. GMT, on Monday. It saw U.S. Assistant District Attorney Lara Pomerantz telling jurors British socialite Maxwell targeted young girls from 1994 to 2004 for sexual abuse by Epstein as a means to support her lifestyle. On Tuesday, another well-known British figure, the Duke of York, 61, was mentioned in the trial. Witness Larry Vysotsky, Epstein's former pilot, recalled meeting Prince Andrew's accuser Virginia Roberts in the mid to late 90s. Ms. Roberts says Andrew sexually assaulted her when she was 17 at the London home of Maxwell as well as at Epstein's homes in Manhattan and Little St. James, in the U.S. Virgin Islands, claims Prince Andrew vehemently denies. Mr. Vysotsky said, "She was a short woman with dirty blonde hair." Assistant U.S. Attorney Maureen Comey asked, "Did anyone know how old Virginia Roberts was?" The witness replied, "Jurors were shown diverse photographs of Epstein's properties, including a ranch in New Mexico, an apartment in Paris, his private island in the U.S. Virgin Islands, and his private planes." Under cross-examination from defense counsel Christian Everdell, Mr. Vysotsky was asked, "Are you familiar with Prince Andrew, the Duke of York? He is the second son of the Queen. Did he ever fly on Epstein's planes?" The witness responded, "Yes." Mr. Vysotsky told jurors he could not recall the dates Andrew flew. Jurors went on to ask about former U.S. Presidents Donald Trump and Bill Clinton, as well as actors Kevin Spacey and Chris Tucker. Mr. Vysotsky remembered all of them joining Epstein on. The witness told the jury he never saw sexual activity on board. Mr. Everdell asked, "If Mr. Epstein was engaging in sex acts during the flight, he probably would have told you not to leave the cockpit, would he?" Mr. Vysotsky answered, "That's correct." On Monday, U.S. Assistant District Attorney Lara Pomerantz described how Maxwell helped nurture a culture of silence to allow their heinous crimes in Epstein's properties, where she was the lady of the house. Ms. Pomerantz said, "She ran Epstein's various properties and she imposed rules not to talk directly with Epstein. When she took charge of these homes, the rules for staff were strict. Employees were to see nothing, hear nothing and say nothing." Maxwell, who has been in a Brooklyn jail since August 2020, appeared in court for the first time in April this year. She faces 6 charges, all of which she denies. They include conspiracy to entice minors to travel to engage in illegal sex acts, enticement of a minor to travel to engage in illegal sex acts, and conspiracy to transport minors with intent to engage in criminal sexual activity. 4 accusers are expected to testify as government witnesses in the 6-week trial. The trial continues.